What's going on? What's going on, guys? It is your boy Johnny Mac 52199 coming at you guys days before Mac Memorial to bring you guys this exclusive content. This is the interview I just did on Facebook Live due to personal reason. Well, due to technology reasons, we couldn't get on the app to do this interview, so I decided to do it on Facebook Live. Uploading it days before Mac Memorial, which, guys, if you guys haven't heard, Mac Memorial is dropping August 21st, 7 o'clock, right here on this channel. Facebook gets it at 3 o'clock, so if you are friends with me on Facebook, be prepared. I will be sending out watch party invites. Third thing, the video on my side is a lot choppy. I don't know why it's like that. Facebook's probably messing up or some shit, but there will be lags, there will be basically everything. This is uncut, unedited. I just want to give a shout out to Billy Fetzke, owner of TCW. Thank you for your time. Thank you for taking the time out of your night to do the interview. And you guys, if you guys do like these, let me know in the description down below. I'll be posting the podcast to the channel if you guys do like them. If not, I'll keep them on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. By the way, everything is linked down below from where you can find TCW, from my TeePublic, which reminds me, go check out TeePublic to that one person that bought a t-shirt. Thank you. Don't know who it was. I know they ordered a MWF t-shirt and a size small. So if you guys are that person, please let me know. I want to give a proper thank you for that. As of everything else, this is uncut, unedited, and exclusively done on Facebook, which kind of sucks. Roll the clip. And if you guys are new here, please smack that like button, smash that subscribe button, and leave a comment if you guys want to see these more in the future. And don't forget, August 21st is Mac Memorial at 7 o'clock p.m. Now for the record, now for the rest of the main video, I can't speak because it's like 12 o'clock and I'm exhausted. I didn't fall asleep till like 3-4 o'clock last night. But anyway, guys, let's get on with the video. Last time, I promise. I have nowhere to set this up, though. So I'm kind of going to have to hold this the whole night. But that's okay. We are... Alright. So this is episode 13, inside my car. For all you guys that is it gonna work? Let's hope this works. Alright, I'll send it again. Yes. We're experiencing some difficulties. We're experiencing some technical difficulties as we try to figure out what's going on. Won't let me. What? It says you're in here already. I might have to restart my phone. There we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know what's going on with my phone lately. I know we tried last night and we tried tonight, and for some reason my messenger is just Facebook isn't working for me.
Well, we got you here now. That's the most important part.
Yeah, I have to do it over Amber's phone, man. But hey, listen, something's better than nothing, right?
Something's always better than nothing.
Ah, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Doing well, thank you.
Welcome to the episode 13 of the Mac Attack podcast.
Favorite number 13, lucky number 13.
All right, let's get started here. Let's start with an obvious question. What's it like running during a pandemic?
Not easy, man. You've got to be real safety conscientious, and not just for the workers, but for the fans. So you've got to take safety in for all accounts. You've got to make sure that people are spread enough, around, and you get the 6 feet social distancing. Um, I mean, you just got to plan ahead and plan smart, but it's not easy. It's really not.
All right. Let's get on to the next question. Um, how did TCW start?
TCW formed because I was pissed off. I'll be honest. It started after the split with me and SWF, and um, I think my last show was 11/23, and just pissed off. So what I did was I went to try to figure out a name to start my own. I mean, it's my ring, my trailer, so I wanted something like Colossus, or Colossal, or Titanic, something huge. And then I pulled up Google. I was on the thesaurus, and I saw the word Titan. I was like, all right, well, that's cool. So the different variations of Titan, and I went with Titan Championship Wrestling. I went right online because I already have an account with a business thing, and I went right online and purchased the name, purchased the LLC, the Federal Tax ID number, and then that was November 27th, and then we launched December 2nd.
Now, was there any doubt in your mind of what it could possibly be or what it couldn't possibly be?
Doubt in my mind, what, of doing it?
Yeah.
Of running the promotion, was there any doubts? No, there was no doubts. I mean, what could be is always a question, but I had no doubts in myself. You know what I'm saying? And of course, Charlie came on board. I started assembling a great team. Because you're not just doing it yourself. You know what I'm saying? And as time went along, my team got bigger, but I assembled a team to know, okay, well, we're going to do this all together. And I mean, it's been working. I mean, the pandemic put a crimp in it, but other than that, it's phenomenal. I mean, not just Titan Championship Wrestling, but we've got Goddesses of War Wrestling. That's its own brand as well.
See, now, how did that come about?
Goddesses of War was actually Charlie's idea. Charlie had pitched that with the other company, and Charlie pitched that, and Charlie got turned down really, really, really bad. And I was like, it's pretty interesting. It was never done before, so in Ocean County. So I'm like, all right, well, Charlie, I mean, if it's good, let's go with it. But when they opened up Titan, and Charlie and I became partners, and we have another partner as well, Tony. And Charlie said, hey, would you be interested in doing that idea I had a while back? And I said, you know what, Charlie, let's go with it. So what started off as a show idea got stopped by the pandemic, because that was in March. The actual shows, Titan Championship Wrestling presents Goddesses of War. So as we started, I think it was right after the drive-in, we just said, you know what? I think Goddesses of War should be its own brand. And Charlie agreed, and we said, you know what, that's it. We're just gonna make it its own brand, and now it's strictly women wrestling, its own brand.
Due to the pandemic.
I can't. I, I can't. We're just saying.
Going on a walk. Can you hear me now?
Much better.
Much better now? Okay.
Yes.
I asked, with Titan trying to come back during the pandemic, did you guys have any idea of how you guys wanted to bring it back?
um, I mean, we were the first that I could recall in any of the surrounding states that came back with a drive-in style. It was a full drive-in, as if you were sitting in your car. Charlie went out and bought an FM transmitter. So as you were sitting in your car, you could actually hear the commentary team over the stereo of your car. So not only were you watching the action, but you were listening to it as well. So I mean, that was the only way we can game plan to bring the wrestling back, because people needed to do a drive-in style.
Was there an option with it, or did you guys just say, hey, look, what about this?
Um, Either drive-in style or
Okay, so the next question that I left in the car. Next question is, what goes into producing a show?
what goes into it.
What
Um,
goes into it?
there's a lot of key elements. I'll be honest with you, a lot of thought process. This is not something that you just, wing off the top of your head. The thought process itself is very hard. Your booking, your strategy is very hard. Your writing, your storyline is very hard. Um, it takes a lot, but Titan is like a motor, right? So we have a motor, and without the all the pieces of that motor, it doesn't run. You know what I'm saying? So my team helps me. What goes into it is every key element of my team makes that go into it.
Can you hear me?
I'm still learning. Be honest with you, I'm a puppy in this business. I haven't been here a long time. I think come this December marks 5 years for me, and that's a puppy. I'm still very new, so I'm still learning every day. So, you know, the veterans, like Magic. Magic to me is like a dad, you know? So I listen to what he has to say. I listen to a lot of my veterans. And that's how I learn.
Now, has there been? All right, let's see here. All right, here we go. So, enlighten the people on this steel cage that I saw
Oh, yeah,
coming
steel cage.
Titan.
Yeah, we just purchased a steel cage. It's 10 feet high, 16 feet wide. On ring steel cage. It's heavy duty. It's definitely heavy duty construction. And you won't see it all the time. We'll be using it sparingly, but we have one.
Now, whose idea was that? Was that yours, or was that anybody else's on your team?
No, actually, that was Charlie and I's. Originally, pre-pandemic, we were having a Hell in a Cell built, Hell in a Style cell being built. It's 14 feet high, 26 feet wide, steel cell. The brakes got hit on that because of the pandemic and everything else. I mean, extremely costly to build. It's in the 5 digits to build. So we had an opportunity to purchase a ring, a cage. So, we jumped on it. I mean, we couldn't let that pass. And Charlie told me, messaged me, and I was like, let's make the deal happen. And that was it.
The rest is history, as you guys would say.
Yeah. I mean, we'll be debuting it very soon.
Now, here's a thought question for you. If you could book anybody in the world, who would it be and why?
I could book anybody in the world. Who would it be and why? Wow, there's so many to choose from. If I had to choose one,
Choose. All right, let's go with 2. Like
all right.
have a match. Book for a match.
I appreciate the 2, but I would love to be a fan sitting in a chair. And it may sound corny or it may sound cheesy, but I would love to be able to sit there and actually watch Triple H and Hogan.
Triple H and Hogan.
Yeah, I would enjoy that.
Any reason why?
I don't know. I mean, Hogan was, as a kid, that got me into wrestling. That made me a fan. And I've always appreciated Triple H's wrestling ability and his showmanship.
All right, here's another thought question. What got you into being on the promoter aspect of wrestling?
Me being a moron. That's really, that's really what it is. Yeah, well, what got me into it? I started out being a manager, Uncle Cletus, if you remember. And I've always been interested in the business aspect of it rather than the actual performing. I'm not a wrestler. I never was a wrestler. I don't have the physique or the athletic abilities to be a wrestler. So, but I've always appreciated the business itself. Now, I've ran multiple businesses throughout my life, and that was always great. But the intriguing part was putting smiles on people's faces and the entertainment factor part of the business. So when I started off as a manager, and then I became the janitor and whatever it was, and then I started, I guess, being more involved, and which took me and learning and learning and learning. And as they say, I was thrown to the wolves, and I learned. Because if I didn't, I would have been eaten alive. But I learned, and here I am today. And I'm still learning.
Now you guys have a show coming up on the, I want to say the 12th, but it's not the 12th, is it?
Yeah, September 12th.
Oh, it is the 12th. Okay. Talk to us a little bit about that.
September 12th, that's in Ocean Gate, New Jersey, Broken by Design. Um, that we have a 2-ring, 30-man battle royal um, going on in that show. I mean, that's pretty wild. You haven't seen that in Ocean County. Not saying I'm the only one that does it, but you haven't seen that in Ocean County. Um, yeah, we got phenomenal matches on the show. Casey Navarro, Stephen Gipke, and so many more that is definitely going to be put out. Danny Cage and Jay Cage, fans bring your own weapons match. So that's going to be really phenomenal. And we haven't released the rest yet, but I'm sure my general manager will release them out.
So the 2 cage idea, or the 2 ring idea, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
was that plan? Like, was that part of the plan before the pandemic, or was that just the thing that goes, "Hey, let's do this now" instead of down the road?
Nah, funny story. So originally we were going to do a 10-man battle royal. And then I was like, ooh, all right, let me add a couple more guys and we'll do 15. And 15 turned into 20. So when all said and done, I had like 25 guys and I'm like, man, I wish I had a second ring. So I'm sitting in my truck, I'm making a delivery, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. So it's funny. I messaged Chad and I was like, hey, idea, because I said something like I'm crazy or something like that. And he goes, well, way to start off a conversation. I said, okay, good morning. Hey, I'm crazy. And I pitched him the idea, and he was like, well, that's just phenomenal. I love it. I said, all right, so we made it happen.
Let's see. What else do I have here? Here we go. As a person, what's the biggest pet peeve that somebody does during a show?
The biggest pet peeve is someone does during a show is when I got to try to chase or try to find someone. If I need someone, I need to be able to get access and talk to that person. If I got to run around the whole place trying to find somebody, that becomes aggravating. It's time consuming.
That's a good answer. And let's see. Oh, here you go. The Val's Pals Go to War.
Yes.
That is in October, right?
October 3rd.
October 3rd. How did that idea come about?
That is Chad's. That's actually presented by Standalone Wrestling, Titan Championship Wrestling, Modern Vintage, LTW. We're all a part of it. Bob Culture Podcast is sponsoring it. I believe Funkenstein Wrestling is going to be there. So Chad, knowing what had happened in the past, took on that fundraising aspect for the Falzarano family. And now that fundraiser is going to be done properly and the way it should have been. And, they need help with the medical expenses, especially for Val's surgery. And, we've all came together to make this happen.
Let's see, what else do I have on this list? I have a big list here, but trying to pick out the interesting questions. What's the thought process into said storytelling in one of your shows? In a show, I should say. What goes into it?
Well, I have match agents, right? So my match, I give that little bit of, I wouldn't say a little bit, I'd say a lot. I give that creative to the wrestlers themselves. I'm not going to be able to sit there and tell them how to, micromanage their match, because at that point, well, everything is just completely scripted out. I have a end goal where we need to reach, reach for the payoff. I got that, and my agents, including the wrestlers, and they come up with something really super cool that tells the story. And like I said, I give that creative to them. That hey, okay, what are you guys are going to do? As long as you're not doing the same thing the next match is going to do. So again, giving that creativity to them, so I don't have to micromanage.
Now, have you ever run into somebody that I would necessarily say that don't think they owe the business into anything, or no?
No, not
No.
really. Everybody I've ever ran into, whether somebody I dislike or somebody I do like, or whatever the case would be, because guess what? Everybody's not your friend. Um, One way or another, they respect the business. I can't say that I haven't met anybody like that.
What's the All right, here's one. What's the funniest story that you have inside the business? Or do you have
Funny
any,
story.
I could say?
Oh wow. The funniest story. Wow. Actually, oh, okay. My all-time favorite, legitimately, is Frankie Picard. Um, Frankie Picard doing this flying. We call it the flying body or the flying ref. Um, it was a training thing that one we were doing before a show, and Marzano was in the ring. I know it's Marzano, right? But Marzano was in a ring spar, and it was just hysterical. And Frankie Picard did this I mean, legitimately like a flying body drop, to land on the ground and just count the 1, 2, 3. I think that was the most incredible. That I was hysterical. So I got the privilege on July 25th to book Picard as a special guest referee, and he wound up doing it like 3 times for me in the show. So it was hysterical.
Now, here's a off-topic related question. One I like to ask everybody. What is your favorite go-to snack after a show?
The Hearst popcorn, the butter
Hearst popcorn?
popcorn. Yeah, I love the Hearst popcorn. It's got no sugar, so I enjoyed
Okay.
it.
All right, and our last topic we have here, um, as we mentioned, the upcoming show you guys have September 15th. Is there any other upcoming
September
shows?
12th.
September 12th. September 12th. I forget just like that. September 12th. Is there any other upcoming shows that you guys have?
Oh yeah, we got September 12th. We got September 26th. Goddesses of War. We got October 3rd, which is Val's Pals Go to War. October 10th was a tentative date we had for Brick. However, the high schools are closed, so they gave us another location. So we're, looking into running October 10th. And then we have October 24th, which is Goddesses 3. And then the big one, November 14th.
Is there anywhere the fans can follow you guys at?
Well, you can follow us we have our own webpage, www.titan-championshipwrestling.com. You can follow us on Facebook at Titan Championship Wrestling. You can follow us on Twitter, Titan Champ 1. And we have our Instagram page, Titan Championship Wrestling.
All right. Thank you, Billy, for joining us.
Oh, thank
Guys,
you.
go
Thank
check
you for
them
having
out.
me. Thank you for having me.
It's been an honor. Thank you. And
Same
we
here.
will catch you guys in the next episode. Thank
Oh,
you again.
absolutely. Hey, you be safe. You be safe. And one day, I'm telling you, you're going to see Titan down there, buddy.
I'm planning on coming down, or
We are.
you guys coming up. One of the two.
You never know. I might do a tour in your driveway.
Yeah. All right. Guys, go check them out. Go give them a follow, and we'll
Thank you.
catch you guys in the next episode. Thanks again, Billy.
Thank you.